In the previous video, we saw how to use the PHP statement to output an HTML code. In this video, we are going to be outputting string of characters to the web browser. A string is a set of characters that is normally enclosed within quotation marks. That is, what makes a character string is the fact that it is wrapped within two quotation marks, opening and closing. So that is to say, a string character can be a number as long as it is within two quotation marks. It can also be a word or a combination of both. String characters is one of PHP data type. Okay, now let's go over to our string.php and start writing the codes. To echo out a string of character, we'll first of all start with the PHP opening tag and the closing tag. Okay, so we use the word echo, quotation, double quotes, and then let's echo out hello world. Ctrl S. So now let's head over to our web browser. Remember, this is HTML code. So to access hello world, we'll type in string.php or just string. It's the same thing. So you can see hello world. So this is a character string. It's outputting hello world without the quotation marks. So the quotation mark is just telling you that this is a string. PHP is easy and fun. Save. So you can see that it echoed PHP is easy and fun, but it's echoing both words on one line. To bring the second line to the next line, there are two ways we could do that. It's either we use the break tag, which is a HTML tag, or we use the \n, which means a line break. So let's use the first option. Now this is hello world. Before we close hello world, we concatenate the word with another tag called the break tag, a HTML tag, and then we'll save. So the full stop or the period sign here is concatenation. So let's save this, and when we run this on the web browser, it's going to bring this second word down to the next line. So refresh. Here we are, hello world. So another way you could do this is inserting a line break. So since we are printing out two different words, number one, hello world, and then secondly, PHP is easy and fun, and we don't want these two different statements to be on a straight line, we are going to include a line break because a new line occur. Now to do that, let's get rid of this totally. Now instead of just using the quotation mark and then putting whatever you want to put inside, we are going to be enclosing our string, which is the quotation mark, and the word inside is the string. So we are going to be enclosing this string character in a parenthesis, and then we put our word hello world. Hello world. That's the first word, the space. Then use the \n and the n. That's a new line, and you type in the second word. PHP is easy and fun. But before this runs, you include the line break, which is NL2BR, and that's that. Ctrl S. So you can see that it's run properly. So now let's echo out another type of string character. Echo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Always remember to put the semicolon at the end of the statement or the block. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a number, but as long as it is within the quotation mark, it echoed it out as a string. Okay. Now we can also echo out alphanumeric string character A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, string character. So that is that. So this is how to output string characters. You can also use a single quotation mark to echo out your string without any problem. If we change this, all we've done here, to single quotation mark, you won't have an error. Let's save. So you can see that it's just the same. But if you notice, the string character with the line break does not display properly. It's showing the backslash and n. That is because this represents a new line, and we are supposed to use a double quote to make it recognize this new line, this character here. As you can see, once I use a double quote, it turns purple. But when you remove it and put a single string, it's assuming everything here to be a string. Hello world backslash, hello world backslash, PHP is easy and fun. It's assuming just everything here is a string. So, but when you use the double quotation mark here, you are now telling this particular statement, this particular block, that this is a new line, and so this remaining part of the text here should go to a new line. So that's the difference between this string character and these ones over here. Here we are. Another thing to note when echoing out string characters, if you are using a single quotation mark, stick with single quotation mark. If you are using a double quotation mark, stick with double quotation mark. You can't use a single quotation mark and double quotation mark at the same time. For instance, you start with a double quotation mark and end with a single quotation mark. This is an error. As you can see, the semicolon here does not turn white, telling you that this statement is not complete. So if you should save this and refresh on the web browser, it brought out error. So that line of code is incorrect. If you are using a double quote, you go with double quote. If you are using a single quote, go with single quote. So you can't use both at the same time. Now, if you know that you'll be printing something like a word with a quotation mark, then you have to use a double quote character. What I mean is, for instance, you want to print out something like "we're fine." Now, you see that this word has a single quote here. So something like this, you can't use a single quotation mark. You can't say echo and use single quotation mark to echo this out. It won't work because you have another quotation mark here which is single. So what will make this code run properly is to use the double quotation mark so that it will render this other one just the way it is. We are fine. Okay, so let's try this. Echo single quotation mark. We are, as you can see, the RA in front is already turned purple, so fine. This is going to be an error. So since we have a single quote within your string and you want it to appear just that way because it's English, you have to use a double quote for this word for it to turn out well, just the way it is. So when we run this, we are fine. So that is that. On the other hand, if peradventure you want to print out something like PHP is impossible, you want this word to appear just the way it is. So for this to happen, you have to use a single quote to make this happen. So if you know that the word you want to output will be having a single quote within it, then you use the double quote to wrap your string. If it's having a double quote within your string and you want it to appear just that way, you use the single quote to wrap the string. So that is how it works here. So you just learned how to use the PHP echo statement to output string characters. In the next video, we'll be seeing how to output numbers, and when I say numbers, I mean integers. using the echo statements. So stay tuned and I will see you in class.